Let's explain this entire Maverick Carter, LeBron James illegal betting situation for you. So Maverick Carter, he's a close business associate and friend of LeBron James from the LA Lakers, was reported by the Washington Post to have engaged in illegal betting activities on NBA games. This was obtained actually from another ongoing investigation that was happening. So basically in 2021, Carter had a meeting with federal agents who were looking into the activities of Wayne Nix. We'll get into exactly who he is, but just know for now that he's an illegal bookie and a former minor league pitcher. Nix pleaded guilty back in 2022 to one count of conspiracy to operate an illegal gambling business and one count to subscribing to a false tax return, as per U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement records. During the investigation, Carter claimed that he couldn't recall placing any bets specifically on the Lakers. I don't know how you don't remember betting on the Lakers, but nonetheless, he claimed that he couldn't recall placing any bets on the Lakers, but he did admit to around 20 bets, each ranging from $5,000 to $10,000. So not a large amount of money for, I guess, those circles on both football and basketball games within a year. This is also according to law enforcement records. Now, when this story came out, LeBron James was asked about it by the LA Times. He responded no to the question about if there was any concern regarding this. This was the actual statement that he said. He said, because that's the only reason it got any legs in the first place, because he's so close to me. But Maverick's his own man, and at the end of the day, gambling is legal. I mean, you can go on your phone right now and do whatever you want. He has no affiliation with the NBA or NFL, so he can do whatever he wants to do, which is definitely true. I mean, he is his own man. He has an affiliation with LeBron, but he can bet on games. There's no illegal stuff going on in that sense. But I think the interesting thing about this is how this was all uncovered, right?
Yeah, like the thing is that this Maverick Carter story is really just a small story compared to the grand schemes that Wayne Nix was pulling off. I mean, Wayne Nix, he was a former Oakland A's farm system pitcher. He played in the league for like 6 years. But right after he left the league, well, I shouldn't say right after, but like after he left the league, he used his connections so well throughout the American sports business, American sports industry, to create an illegal booking site. So Wayne got a bunch of people, a bunch of former players, current players, staff members, coaches, and people like that to fund his essentially illegal gambling business. He eventually did get caught, as we already said, but he got 8 years in prison, and he's also had to give up $1.3 million that he won. So that's a lot of money that's unaccounted for.
But another interesting point is that Maverick Carter didn't necessarily admit on betting on LeBron's games. He said he couldn't remember placing any bets on the Lakers. Now, obviously, him betting is not illegal. I just don't understand how he could not remember placing bets on the Lakers.
Kind of weird that he said he doesn't remember placing any bets on the Lakers. Because the thing is, even if he did place bets on the Lakers, as long as LeBron wasn't on the team at that point, he would be totally fine. There's only two possible ways I can think this could go. Either he placed bets on the Lakers and he's just trying to save himself, or two, he may have been placing so many bets, that way more than the 20 that's been accounted for so far, that he just didn't know that he was placing bets on the Lakers. Because you got to understand, like, Wayne Nix, there's a few stories about people who actually were like so broke because of him. There's this one story, they were a current announcer, and they had lost so much money that they had to refinance their mortgage in order to pay up the gambling debts that they owed to Wayne Nix. So that just shows you how powerful and how addicted people must have been to this illegal gambling business.
Yeah, that's a really, really good point there.
One thing I have to say is that while this was technically illegal, it just shows like all the problems that could happen with sports leagues, especially the NBA and NFL, getting so heavily invested with booking sites. I mean, did you guys see this tweet? I don't know if you saw this about the Rockets, and they essentially tweeted about Jalen Green's over-under before the game started. Like, there's so much potential for insider betting and stuff happening like that during those games and like match fixing and stuff. I mean, it just shows how powerful betting really is and how it could potentially damage the game. So I guess it's only a matter of time till a bigger scandal gets out there. And the thing is, how much of sports history will we question once that story comes out?
So there seems to be a major hole in American sports leagues with regards to governing this sports betting. I mean, they weren't really talking about it for many years. They were sort of this was just thing that was happening over there. And, some states had legalized betting. People were betting. But now it just seems like it's everywhere with practically we're going to get to a point where all 50 states have legalized sports betting. But you're seeing it with the NFL, you're seeing it on Fox everywhere. Every time you watch football, there's betting. Every time you watch the NBA, there's betting. And so it seems like these leagues don't have any clue with how to govern it.
Yeah, I mean, the problem, honestly, is like even if the leagues actually wanted to regulate this betting, which obviously they do, they don't want the perception of there being a darker side to sports. But the problem is that there's just so many people who have insider information. I mean, there's more than just the players, the coaches, all the people in the front office, all the people that work at the organization, and the player's agent. There's way more people than that have insider information about sports. You have all the people in the media, the announcers, as I said, who was betting in Bo Nix's ring, all the reporters, and there's even more.
Wayne Nix.
So on. Oh, Wayne Nix. Sorry, Bo Nix. Please don't come and sue me with your NIL money. All those people have so much power with the way they display information and the way they give it to the public that they can really sway the betting odds in one way or the other in order to get an advantage. It just doesn't seem possible for them to regulate it at this point. So I guess we're just going to live with the fact that there's probably going to be insider trading.